Motorplex. We head to Bunbury this Saturday night as part of the action. They're 4 wide saluting the fans, and the world's best are here to play at the Perth Motorplex. Through turn 1 and 2 behind the John Day Pace Ute and down the back straight from the Maddington Toyota Flycam. How good does that look? The world's best across this entire field. Back straight, heading your direction before the front row gas themselves away from the 4 wide salute. We might do it one more time. That was a warm-up. Let's do it. Perth Motorplex. And at home, cheer them along as well. Get comfy, because here comes the green flag.
So Eliason on the inside. Williamson deciding to take the outside line. It works for him out of Maddington Toyota turn 2, but Kendrick is one that spun and gets contact there by JD Dack. And the lights are on. Dack throws his hands.
In night number 4, Sprintcar Speedweek comes to life here on the Opal Finance Main Straight. Williamson to the high side, into 1. We stay with the field coming through. Rico Abreu in the middle of the pack here as they make their way down the Triple M back straight. Look at Brad Sweet moving up the speedway already. There's passes happening right through the field, but Callum Williamson will lead from Eliason. Sweet to the inside and takes second spot.
And with a lap in the books, Kendrick is out of the race, so that does his night. The crew can stop. Out front, Williamson has exploded away. He's well out by a second. Sweet ahead of Eliason.
Just ahead, Mitch Wormel is in this too, but the race leader bursts through the lap cars with a 2.4 second advantage.
All right, it is maze time now for Callum Williamson. He is going to have to try and traverse his way through a lot of lap traffic ahead of him. While he does that, that'll probably close the gap momentarily between him and Sweet and Eliason. In fact, the gap between Eliason and Sweet is now 1.8 seconds, so Brad Sweet's really gotten away. But Callum Williamson right now, out of Maddington Toyota, turn number 2, down the back straight, and increases away and goes through more lap traffic.
Contact with the main straight, sorry Carl. Brad Bayolo's gone around here. There was contact between he and Lancaster out the window. Times World of Outlaw champion is in second position now as we go back to racing with 25 laps remaining. Zierfoss on the bottom, Luke Oldfield to the top. They go after Andrew Priolo in the Triple M back straight. Priolo having a great night out here in car number 8.
But on the outside, there goes Zierfoss, makes up 2 spots on that lap. So gets past Priolo, gets past Oldfield, and now you've got Americans in 2nd, 3rd and 4th spot. There's Oldfield, there's Kingshot starting to get involved as well as he swings past Andrew Priolo, and now Kingshot's moved up a couple of spots too.
Yeah,
then it is Brock Zierfoss, Luke Oldfield, they're close right now.
Yeah, and Sweet is not too far away from Callum Williamson, and there is a line of cars all driving the high line. They include the 18 car of Scroop, the 97 of Woolman, the 79 of Coyle. They're just in advance of our race leader as he comes up on their tail right now.
Oh, Kingshot was lucky not to go into the back of Jason Pride then, trying to put him a lap down. Meantime, Williamson has got nowhere to go. Going past us on the main straight. Coyle unlaps himself. Where's Sweet?
Right
there he is. And it closes in. It closes in dramatically as they round up Kai Scroop. The 5-time World of Outlaws champion is coming on strong.
14 laps down, 16 more to go, but now this is going to turn into a real red-hot race between Callum Williamson and Brad Sweet. We saw these two go hammer and tong just a few nights ago here at the Motorplex, and they're about to resume hostilities down the Opal Finance front straight. It is still Williamson ahead at the moment of Brad Sweet. There's a car between them, and here comes Sweet on the back of Coyle and getting very close to Williamson.
Unbelievable, the racing again here at the Perth Motorplex. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you might be tuned in around the world tonight as they head around the top turn. Out in front, Williamson, you can see
confidence. He gets past one. He's coming up to the back of Pride while Brad Sweet is closing once again. It's only 3-4 car lengths between the two of them as Williamson gets himself past Pride. Pride parks himself ahead of Sweet, lengthens the gap just a little bit, but Sweet is still right nearby.
Unbelievable racing. These front 2 cars, they've got well clear. They're now 5 seconds almost ahead of the attacking field behind. But Callum Williamson driving the race of his life. Car lengths between them. Up on the back of Caden Manners, who we saw just a short time ago. Really no ripping speed car race. And now on the outside too, you got the 18 car there of Kai's group. They're side by side as they cross the start-finish line. And it's Sweet now that goes to the race lead.
It was 13 thousandths of a second at the finish line on that lap, but and the Californian moves to the lead of the race. And we got a crash down here in turn 4. Crash in turn number 4. It's Luke Oldfield. Field that was running in 8th position from the speed cam coming out of Opal Finance Main Straight. It got a bit of hang time as well there too for the Pete Motorsport 65.
Luke Oldfield has done Callum Williamson the biggest favour possible, to be honest, out of this race.
So it took 4 laps before they got on the back of the field.
Yep.
Williamson, Brad Sweet, Dane King shot, green lights on, Williamson hits go. Can he hang on for the next 6 laps and get WA their first win this season in Speedweek? He's got a real good, decent exit out of turn 2, and he's exploded away from Brad Sweet. Keep in mind, he hasn't won a feature since April 2022. He's got a 1.5 second lead already on Brad Sweet, then Dane King shots.
Well, it's only because he hasn't been in the race car, and he has been watching on, but I tell you what, he must have been practicing somewhere, because he's been like a duck to water, Callum Williamson, and look at the margin already he's put on the rest of the field. And right now, Dane Kingshot, I tell you what, he's right in behind Sweet. Zephos Abreu is next, then Corey Eliasson.
Look at Kingshot starting to close in now on Brad Sweet.
Now to get the white flag. 1 lap to go for Callum Williamson. He spent 2 months out of the seat because of illness. This is going to be such a dream finish for him. After 4 consecutive pole starts, he is going to take the checkered flag and win round 4 of WA versus USA Speedweek. Callum Williamson first, Brad Sweet second, Dane Kingshot third, and extends his lead in the Maddington Toyota Sprint Car Series. Brock Zephos 4th, Rico Abreu in 5th, and Corey Eliasson finishes 6th. Great performance, Ryan Lancaster in 7th. Caden Manders coming from all the way in 23rd to finish in 8th. Chris Coyle 9th, and Brad Mayolo 10th. But Perth Motorplex, if you weren't going bunter before, go bunter right now. Callum Williamson wins at the Motorplex.
That was supreme. And they've been so vocal here the last week. And the man originally from Geraldton collects his first W in Sprint Car Speed Week.
Expression session time. He dropped the checkered flag, which has been...
And wave that checker. Let's hear it for Callum Williamson here in the West. Very cool.
Rapturous applause.
Yes.
Screaming, yelling, all for the number 3 car.